The goal of this guide is to get you to 512 KC while avoiding as many of my mistakes as possible. If you've watched my Vardorvis guide or fought one of these bosses already, you know that in the beginning you will die. When you get comfortable fighting a boss, you forget that at one time you were just a beginner. If you think back to when you first started playing RuneScape, you'll remember that being a beginner can be really fun.
Did you drop anything? Oh, give me those bones. Give me those bones.
After over 100 hours fighting Vardorvis, I thought learning the Whisperer would be easy. If you ever feel like something should be easier than it is for you, see that this is self-criticism and not an accurate reflection of your current ability. Oh shit, I didn't bring a teleport. Oh, I'm so fucking dead. I'm so fucking dead. The first mechanic you'll need to learn is prayer switching the ranged and magic projectiles.
Crap out of me. I thought she was just gonna attack me already. On figure.
The Whisperer reaches 100 health or less during the last bind of the fight.
Ow. Huh? Well, that didn't work out. Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we're doing a key remapping guide. So the first thing you want to do is go into your settings, all settings, and then go into controls, and just scroll down to the bottom. Your most important hotkeys are your prayer hotkeys, which I've bound to F3, and your inventory hotkey, which I've bound to F2. And then you go over to the key remapper, and I have these as A and S. You'll be switching back and forth between these frequently throughout the fight, primarily staying on the prayer tab so you can switch between your protection prayers. The first phase looks like this: 3 shots of one type of projectile, or 3 shots of the other type of projectile. If the Whisperer glows blue while charging up the shot, it's a magic volley. If they don't glow at all, it's a ranged volley. After you do enough damage, the Whisperer will enter their first special phase. We won't be talking about this just yet. We want to make sure that prayer switching is easy for you. After each special phase, he throws this thing and freezes you, and then changes the pattern of his attacks.
Fuck off.
Also, if he gets near you at any time during the fight, he will melee you, so if he gets close, just teleport out. The second phase, the Whisperer shoots 2 of one type of shot and 1 of the other type as the third shot. You won't know what the first shot of the volley is, but based on the first shot, you'll know the pattern. And this pattern of 2 shots of one type and then 1 shot of the other continues in the third phase as well. These all look the same to me. The second special phase happens around half health, and which one you're going to get is random, and you never get the same special phase twice. What the shit? Oh my fucking god. Fuck. During the third phase, the attack pattern is the same. The third special phase happens around a third of the Whisperer's health.
Real? Fucking kidding me?
Oh my god, get out of there. Get out of there, you fucking idiot. Oh shit. Wow, why didn't you cast it then, huh? So this is the 4th phase, and as you can see, the shot pattern has changed, so now it alternates each shot. So you'll get 1 ranged, 1 magic, and 1 ranged at random intervals. At random intervals. At random intervals. At random intervals. Fuck off. The intervals are going to be the same. You just won't know what the first shot is, but based on the first shot, you'll know what the pattern is. We've covered pretty much all of the prayer switching patterns, but there is a final phase after the Whisperer reaches 0 health. Oh my god. What the shit? What the fuck? Oh, I forgot about this. We'll cover the Enraged phase in its own section. Now let's get into the 3 special phases. Each of the phases interacts with the black stone fragment that you see in the top left of my inventory, as well as the sanity meter in the top left. After you've activated the black stone fragment, you'll be taken into the Shadow Realm. While you're here, your prayer and sanity will drain. It happens slowly, so you can stay in the black stone fragment realm for the whole phase while you're learning. The first thing you want to look for is the pillar with the most health. The second thing you want to look for is the closest pillar that has the least amount of health. You'll be going to this pillar first, and then the pillar with the next most health next, and then finally the pillar with the highest health. You can actually start behind any pillar that has the lowest health. It's just a matter of reaching the second health pillar. As soon as the sound starts, you can move. And there are actually 4 tiles behind the pillar that you're safe. Now let's go back to my first KC and see if you can identify where to move. If we weren't at the end of the timer, any of these pillars would have been fine. But since we don't have any time, we actually want to get to one of these 2 pillars because they're closer to the second pillar that we want to get to. And you take 45 points of damage to both your health and your sanity if you get hit. Watch what happens to this middle health pillar when you stand behind it. If you have multiple middle health pillars, you can still stand behind one of them, but just know it'll be destroyed, so you can't stay behind it. After each special phase, the Whisperer throws the thing and freezes you. The response to this is simply take a few steps backwards. But it takes a little time to get to know how far you need to be away before you're safe. So the alternative is to bring runes for casting some kind of hold spell. If you're on the standard spellbook, that's bind, snare, depending on your level. And if you're on the ancient spellbook, then you're looking at ice magic. Now for the second special phase. The first thing you want to do is click on your ranged weapon. Next, click the Blackstone fragment to enter the Shadow Realm. You can attack as soon as you see the souls spawn. If you only have a toxic blowpipe, first search for Vita and kill those, and then search for Sanitas and kill those. Really, you don't have much time, so just shoot whatever you see first. There's always 2 Vitas and 3 Sanitas. I missed the last Sanitas because I click away too early, so I only restore my health, not my prayer. When you do have the Venonauter Bow, you have to attack the edgemost ghost, otherwise it won't kill all of them with one shot. But you can see you can click on the center ghost for these souls at an angle. You'll notice how I'm calmly standing next to the boss. The Whisperer won't actually melee you during special phases, so it's actually safe here. Oh my god, get out of there. Get out of there. Just remember to run away before he freezes you after the special phase. The final special phase we'll be covering is actually the easiest. If you pop a few non-glowing ones, it just does a bit of damage. Take your time, stay in the Shadow Realm. You'll learn this over time, don't stress. If you happen to be using the Harmonized Nightmare Staff and you find yourself unequipping the spell a lot, you might be equipping the staff before the tome, which means you don't have the runes to cast Fire Surge.
So after each special attack is over, the Whisperer is going to use that bind attack unless you've already done too much damage. For example, if the Whisperer reaches 100 health or less during the last bind of the fight, it's just going to cancel the attack and start to use its auto attacks again. This can happen for any of the 3 bind attacks that it uses. If you've done too much damage, it doesn't use the bind at all, so you got to be ready for that.
This will only happen if you're attacking the Whisperer during the special phases, so you don't have to worry about that in the beginning. If you've made it this far, and you've been watching, you probably get that you have to move after each of the Whisperer's volleys. In the beginning, the pattern is simple. The tentacles will only come from the 4 diagonal corners. As soon as you hear the first shot hit you, you can move. If you move diagonally in any direction, you will get hit by 1 tentacle. If you stay where you are, you also only get damaged by 1 tentacle. After the first special phase, you enter the second phase, and the attack pattern changes. The tentacle pattern, however, stays the same. Because the attack pattern is different, it makes dodging the tentacles a little bit harder. So you want to hover your mouse over the next prayer, switch, and then move, and then attack the Whisperer. As soon as you see the first shot, your mouse should be hovering over the opposite protection prayer. Your movement click, and then attacking the Whisperer happens in 2 fluid motions. The third phase, the tentacles get a new formation, but the attack pattern stays the same. Notice how they're coming from the sides and the front. You want to move diagonally in either an L step or just 1 square away. These squares are in range of the Whisperer's melee. As long as you're running, you can also step within 1 click to any of these squares. But seeing all the melee range squares, you can see why you don't want to fight the Whisperer this close. Wow. If you press it too early, it doesn't work. Too fast, slow down. In the 4th phase, the tentacle pattern stays the same as the 3rd phase. You can get either the diagonal pattern or the plus pattern in any order. During the Enraged phase, the Whisperer always begins with 2 ranged shots. This is immediately followed by 2 magic shots, then 2 ranged shots, then 2 magic shots, and then so on until you defeat him. Right after the Whisperer's health gets to 0, you want to immediately fill up your prayer to max. Then, activate your range prayer. There are 2 primary methods for dealing with the constant tentacle attacks that you see. The first method entails running circles around the Whisperer. Immediately after you attack the Whisperer, you move. As soon as you're moving, move your mouse to the next prayer switch. As long as you're clicking fast enough, you can just run through the tentacles as they spawn. The second method is only recommended for advanced users. It took me about 1600 kills to actually learn this method. I just used the Hail Mary method. But this method will pretty much guarantee you don't get hit and will probably lead you to faster kills in the long run. Probably like Wook's walking, it'll help you a lot. But just like Wook's walking, it's not necessary. This kill where I was clicking all over was later on. And it turns out you don't have to be that precise. You can kind of just diamond, so if you mess it up, don't worry too much. But probably the cleaner you get it, the less likely you'll get hit, and the more muscle memory it'll be. Move, switch, move, attack, 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 move, switch, move, attack. If you need to, you can skip attacking, just move and switch.
I'm gonna make this however long it is. If it winds up being 3 videos, or 5, if I decide to make 20 videos about this where I cover a different point in each video, I'm gonna do it. In an upcoming video, though, I'm going to outline some of the feedback that comes in for this video in the comments section. It's gonna be like an open forum. Both in agreement and disagreement are welcome.
So the reason I have remapped these keys is because of another plugin, Menu Entry Swapper, allows you to customize your shift click. So when you're holding down shift and you click, you can walk under NPCs instead of having to right click on them and walk under them that way. Yeah, never mind. I like the music, it's just so distracting. Okay, so here you go. You can follow me all the way.